Welcome to another morning broadcast. We meet 9 a.m. Eastern weekdays to discuss our game plan, try to make some money together. Thank you for coming every day. I haven't been here for 2 days out of this week due to a religious holiday, but I will be here tomorrow. I have a marriage anniversary tomorrow, but I'm going to be here since I was absent. Now, we have an interesting, the market is interesting today. It's really historic. I don't think many of us have lived through we lived through what's happening right now, right? I don't think we've not even lived through what's happening right now, kind of like COVID. Last time we had tariffs put on countries like this was like maybe 50, 60 years ago. So this is unprecedented. What we're realizing is unprecedented. So let's talk about that first, and then we'll get into the game plan. Okay. All right. So let's get to the charts. Okay. All right. So if you've been here, if you've been with us, we've just been pointing out consistently that the market responds to what's happening, right? The market is living, the economy impacts the market, inflation, growth of companies, it will all impact the market. And right now, because of Trump's tariff policies and the trade wars, we've been on a decline. And I've been communicating that most of the rallies should be faded. Right. April 2nd was a big day that was pointing to. And there was some optimism around what would happen on April 2nd. But basically everything that we thought would happen or that investors thought would happen, it was just as bad as it could be. Right. So the tariff rates were bad. No countries have strike back yet, because the tariffs don't go into effect until April 9th. So there may be some negotiations that will happen in between, but the news is pretty bad. So, Trump is locked in. He has a high pain tolerance. Some people were saying that the last times that these types of policies were instituted, we went into a depression, like the U.S. went into depression, right? So, what we're seeing right now is, it's unprecedented. And if you are on the short side, this is a trader's market, right? It's a trader's market. It's a lot of volatility. If you're on the short side, you have the market on your favor, right? Because we see in the Nvidias of the world, let's take a look. So of course you see the market dropped from the highs. Yesterday it spiked on news that, so Trump put out news that Elon was going to potentially be going back or closing his work with Doge. So the market actually spiked up. We see the market spike, and then after the announcement, we dropped like 5% from the highs. Right, that's big. That's pretty big for indices. And typically, you could say, hey, maybe this is a play that we could go long on. But with the uncertainty around tariffs, I would say any of the rallies, again, should be faded. We want to look at it from that perspective. Okay. So it's at a support level, the mark. Let's see if we look at SPY. Look at SPY. SPY, for a few weeks, this has been a level that has held. If we look back even further, is Tesla bullish? No, sir. So price. The prices are at lows from around September. Okay. Here. So this is around September 2024. For a few weeks, this support level was holding, and it broke through that level there, right? So everything from the macro right now is pointing to, the indices being weak. So I just say if you're trading marketplace, we could be looking for market to push and fade, right? Or levels to be broken and go and fading. Okay. The Qs are it's NAS 100 or NQ if you trade futures. Okay. All right. So if you just look at, I'm just talking big picture right now. So that's what's going on big picture. Look at Nvidia. You look at Tesla. Tesla went bullish on that announcement from Trump about Elon, and then with the tariff announcement, it dropped. Okay. All right. So the big question, what's the big question? All right. The big question is this. Are we going to hold steady at this support? Or is there further downside? Like where are we going to find support? Okay. The announcement, the decision was so bad that it's like it can't last. That's what people are saying. Like if you look at the Financial Times, Bloomberg, the sentiment amongst investors are like, it's so bad that it can't last. But this is going to have, as I've mentioned before for the last few weeks, this is going to have, the market is not the economy. So the economy is going to take a hit much worse than the market, right? So it's going to have impact on, the U.S. economy, the growth of companies, inflation, all of those things. The one caveat is that the DXY is dropping significantly here. So for those that are trading like currencies, then you'll see, like those like Euro USD, USD JPY. These are obvious plays right now. Okay, very obvious plays. But this doesn't happen so often, but these are obvious. Okay, the DXY is tanking, it's weakening. So that's going to help the earnings. Okay. All right. So all that to say what? All right. If you're on the short side, then you want to be looking at the SMCIs. These tech companies are taking hits. You want to be looking at. You can go back to the quantum names and look at those names like PLTR, Nvidias of the world. Tech is taking a hit now, so the bounces are likely to be faded. Okay. If you're on the long side like me, then what I'll be doing is I'll be looking at the names that pop up on the scan, those that have went long this week and have held up, like TTEC. Okay, this one it pushed up yesterday, Wednesday. It didn't fade off. It held up. Okay. APVO, this one popped up on the scan. It spiked one of the VWAP and faded. So that's out, right? LSRH, this one has its own catalyst, $80 million stock deal. So this could potentially rally for the day. So I'm looking at things that have their own catalyst, right? But I want to see things above VWAP. If it's below VWAP, then I won't be trading. Okay. It's a lot of aggressive selling after that spike. So we'll see what happens. Yesterday, CNTM, this one, what happened was we took a trade on my live call where it spiked. It started dropping when we were on this call. Actually, it was dropping, right? It was underneath VWAP. So I set an alarm, and then at the market open, it popped above VWAP, pulled back, and then gave us a good setup, a really solid setup here, very clear. It ended up fading throughout the day, but this is what I'm looking for, those little pockets, those little moments where you have something that's very obvious. The tape, you have buyers on the tape, you have volume, and you have good price action for a super clean trade. If I don't have anything clean, then I'm just going to take a step back. If I don't trade today, that's just a result of what's going on in the overall market. Okay. And I have to be okay with that. And that's okay. I mean, I'm trading almost every single day I have setups. But if, one day out of the week or one day, 2 days, a few days out of the trading calendar for the year, if I don't have anything solid, then I don't want to get chopped out. Okay. But I'm going to be looking for setups like this, where it's individual stocks that have their own catalysts. They may fade, later in the day, but there's enough of a move to take something out, right? So as I mentioned, APVO popped up on the scan, faded. OSRH, I'm going to set an alarm here at these levels to see what happens. Catalyst is pretty good, but in this environment, those on the long side may be nervous. Okay, so that's another one. Now, if you want to trade NAS 100 and you trade stocks, there are ETFs designed for speculation. So one of them is QQ. The SQQ, this is, as the market is going short, it's the inverse, right? So this one is going short and SQQ is going long. So it's just it's the inverse of the NAS 100. Okay. So that's one that you could take advantage of as well. All right. So talk to me. What's going on? Does everybody understand the perspective that I laid out there about the overall market? And since we are typically, when there's a bull run, you have a lot more long side trades. But when you have something that's this one that's moving as this one is, as the market is right now, then the longs may be cautious. But we still can find individual catalysts or names that have individual catalysts, and that's what happened early this week. There's names that popped up. All right, and then one more from yesterday. It sold off. Now it's been in this range, a really clean range. Okay, long or short NQ, brother. I would say short, man. Again, it comes down to price action and volume, but with the tariff announcement and uncertainty, I'd say short, man. If there's any pops to the upside, I'd be fading them. The news that Trump's announcement was worse than, or just as bad as it could have been. So that right there is going to impact. It's impacting the markets all around the world right now. So that's where I'm at on that one. So good question. All right. So ICCT. Okay. So this one, it's in a range. If it breaks, I'm going to set alarms here. I'll be looking at this one. If it does break out of the range, it could be a clean move to the up or downside. Okay. But I did not see the news, so I was scared and I closed. Okay. Makes sense. And you need to wear those shirts you do for the long videos for the pre-market. You like those shirts? This one is just, this one is BLYT. It's supposed to be like a nicer white. It may look like this tee may not look like high quality. It's not a sleeping shirt. It may look like a sleeping shirt, but it's not. It's supposed to be a better brand, like a better brand tee. So it's not like a shirt I just woke up and just jumped in. But I think you may be talking about that green shirt. I think I saw your comment. That green shirt is the one you like. I did 1,000 pips in each in 15 minutes. Never seen this before. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This environment that we're in, yeah, that's what happens. This environment that we're in, it's unprecedented. So what I'm looking forward to, it's not going to happen. It's likely not to happen right away, but we needed a pullback. Some are speculating that this is all planned to crash or to give us that pullback because valuations were high. So once things stable and we have that bull run, oh man, it's like what happened with COVID. We had a steep drop, and then 2021, 2022 were massive years for a lot of traders. So this is what I'll be here for that, right? We want that run, that steep run to the upside. It's not, of course, it's not as big. This was a major drop, major event, but this one isn't as catastrophic. But this is unprecedented. Okay, it is definitely unprecedented. All right, so that's where I'm at. That's where I am. Covered. Let me see. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm looking at my notes. Make sure I covered everything. And again, if you can take advantage of the short side, it actually is a good environment. But stay nimble. With uncertainty, this type of environment is great for trading, not for long-term investing, but great for traders. A lot of volatility. So just stay on your toes. So I'll be watching the scan, seeing if anything else pops up. And let's see, the NIVF just popped. Look at the stats on it. 1 million float. So when we see these names that are in overall downtrend, like this, we can get some long side scalps. We just want it to be a very clean move though. So this pop while I was here. So yeah, I'll add this one to the list. We can structure, if we can get a pullback, structure an entry. CVD looks good. Then this one can be on the list. Okay. All right. The green one was nice. Do you think ICT would be better to play after 3 if it gets there or on the way to 3 possibly? Yeah, let's talk about that. Let me go back to that one real quick. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate you giving me the compliment on that shirt. This one. Yeah, for me, I think if it does break above 276-ish and gives something clean, then I may have enough room here to structure an entry up to $3 there. But I do like the $3 idea because of this here. But if it does push to the upside here and it pulls back and I have a nice base candle for an entry, that's kind of like what I'm looking at right there. And we may hold it beyond 3, but that's basically what I'm looking at right there. Okay. All right. I'll cover this one. German 30. I haven't looked at German 30 in a long time. Similar to US 30. I think everything is so basically I'd be looking for pops to the upside, short term, zone to zone, basically. When the market opens, look at the ADDQ, see if it's in the negatives. If it's in the negatives, that's good. But want to look at these zones to see if there's any pops to the upside, then for opportunities to fade. That's what I'd be looking for. Or the support levels are broken, something clean and a retest. That's basically what I've been looking for. It's back to, a support level there. So we could have a bounce, but that bounce, if it does happen, is likely to be short-lived. Between now and the 9th, it's going to be negotiations and uncertainty. Okay. Is APVO close to bottoming, meaning not many sellers left, which should be a good entry for a day trader or swing? So the problem with these types are that they're in an overall downtrend. So that would work if something was, if it was a different type of stock, right? These companies are typically stocks that are terrible, terrible companies. Terrible, let me not say terrible, but companies that aren't performing very well. And they have these news releases that come out and have these spikes. So I wouldn't take it for a swing. But I understand your point though, bottoming out. But it's just, these stocks you just look at it as an overall downtrend. So, and it's not like a long-term catalyst. If it was a long-term catalyst that are news that indicated there was going to be long-term growth or greater success for the company, that'd be different. Yeah. Okay. All right. I appreciate you all for joining. If you want to trade live with me, hit the link in the description. Please smash the like button. I hope y'all have a great day. Hope these outlooks help out. And give me some feedback. Let me know if there's anything else you want, and we'll work on it. So see you all maybe later today. I may do another video, another live today. But if not, then I will either see you in the Zoom in a few minutes, or I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay. All right. Y'all have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.